Well, Jeff, thank you. A video is circulating on social media showing an arrest in Newport News. The clip shows several officers trying to pull a man from his car in the southeast area of the city on Tuesday night.
Now, Newport News Police Chief Steve Drew addressed the community about what happened. And Sporacco tells us what Chief Drew says about how the officers handle this arrest.
They hit him!
I don't believe that Mr. Fenner was beat up. I believe that officers had to react to his actions.
Newport News Police Chief Steve Drew is detailing more about what happened Tuesday night after this video of his police officer struggling to pull a man out of a car circulated on social media.
They kicking him!
Chief Drew says he spoke with the officers and reviewed police body camera footage. He says the officers say they noticed Fenner lean over to the passenger side of his car when they first approached him. Drew says in the video the officers tell Fenner to step out of the car because they need to check around the front part of the vehicle.
And he is still unwilling to do that. At this point, now a struggle begins.
It's a situation Theodore DeHart says he saw unfold right by his house, seen in this video he took. He says he didn't think the officers needed to use that use of force.
It wasn't right. The guy had been hit in the face and thrown to the ground. No one knew what he had done, but they saw what they were doing to him.
Chief Drew says the officers followed the department's policy when they struggled with Fenner.
But there were 2 to 3 knee strikes on the right side of his body to try to get him to let go of the officers. The moves that they used, the tactics that they used to get Mr. Fenner in custody were ones that we do that are in our policies and procedures.
Chief Drew says the officers searched the front part of that car where they say Fenner leaned over, and they say they found a handgun underneath the passenger seat. In Newport News, I'm Ann Sporacco for 13 News Now.
Chief Drew says the officers brought Fenner to a nearby fire station to receive medical treatment after the situation calmed down. He says since the officers followed policy, he is not bringing an external agency to investigate.